We're live.
All right.
We are finally live.
Okay, it's streaming. Shelly, you've got this. You're hosting the meeting as well. So if something happens, Nikki, thank you for joining us. We are kicking off Scale for Women show.
Yes.
Featuring
Super excited
the amazing Nickey Ramsey in the house.
Woo-hoo. Yes, thank you guys for having us as your first guest. That's so cool, I think.
Well, we were so impressed with you when you came and spoke at ABO here in Lafayette, organization that Melanie and I are both involved in. And we could not think of a better woman to kick off the Scale for Women show than you. You're so beautiful and young and energetic and determined and all the things, Nikki.
Yes, all the things. All the things. Success, vision, tenacity, persistence,
commitment, consistency,
passion, attitude, like everything.
Yes, these are all like things that you definitely need whenever you're a small business owner, because like on those days that you kind of like have no motivation, you have to continue being consistent with what you're doing and remembering why you started the business or whatever idea you have. Remember why you started it.
Absolutely. So I'm going to ask you a question because this comes up a lot. And Melanie and I preach consistency as a way of life.
Absolutely.
You also talked about motivation. And one of the things I think that is so important, and so I would be really interested, and I think our audience would be too, in how you have developed the discipline to remain consistent when you didn't feel like, when the motivation wasn't there.
Yes. So I feel like for me, because our company is 100% online, we have to show up every day. Our Instagram and like TikTok, those two social media platforms, those are part of our sales type marketing strategies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, definitely being able, to know, okay, well, I have to stay consistent, even if I don't feel like going and doing like a video on Instagram, Reel, or TikTok. I have to go do this, because if I don't, then, we may not reach the people that need to be reached today, that may need our product today, So I would say like, it's a lot of being able to help the moms out there. They help keep me motivated, because it makes you feel so warm and fuzzy when you get in an Instagram DM and they're saying, oh my goodness, like we love this product, or we saw you on Shark Tank, or your videos have like really helped me during my breastfeeding journey. So whenever you don't have like that motivation to do something, just being consistent and just at least showing up 3 or 4 times a day until you can kind of like get over that hump. And for me, having those moms like send us those testimonials really help.
Yeah, I know how I can absolutely relate to that. So would you please kind of take us through your journey a little bit? Let's start before JUNOBIE became JUNOBIE.
Yeah, so I went to Purdue University. I was a student that majored in speech, language, and hearing sciences. I went to the University of Cincinnati for graduate school, and I had my second baby and really ran into an issue with him. He was breastfed, and I ran into an issue with him with getting enough breast milk, but having enough storage to store the breast milk in. And at the time, the only thing that existed for babies to store, for moms that had babies to store their breast milk in, was plastic bags. And one day I needed to store breast milk, and I didn't want to store it in plastic because of all the, health reasons of using plastic, with it leaching into your food and things like that. And there's a lot of research out there now that's showing that plastic is being found in utero, the microplastics are. So when I had him, I was very like aware of wanting to find something different. And I went back to work. I was on after maternity leave, I went back to work, and I was going through like thousands of these like plastic single-use bags. And I went to like Amazon and Google, which is where like all millennials go to find stuff. And I couldn't find a silicone bag that worked for me and my breast milk storage needs. So of course I created one myself, but it took a lot of convincing to my husband, because he was like, you just went to grad school, and you know, like, what are you doing? You're gonna like give up your career and start selling milk storage bags? Like, are you crazy? That was like the first initial thought, you know, I'm sure he had. But after some finessing and, you know, saying, hey, I really think that this could be something, you know, like a lot of women store breast milk, and a lot of women could be looking for an option like what I was looking for, you know. But yeah, and I went to Instagram, and I would like send messages to other businesses that had products that were like mine. And I said, hey, can you tell me who's your factory? Like where do you guys get this made? Because I didn't know anything about manufacturing or how to get a hold of a factory or anything like that. And we initially wanted to work in the United States. That's where we wanted to stay. But you know, it didn't work out, which is fine, staying in the US. But I'm happy now with finding a supplier overseas, and they have been able to help so many women around the world, parents around the world.
I just think it's such an incredible story. It's that whole thing, you know, necessity is the mother of invention, right?
It really truly is.
And let me tell you, my oldest child is 35 years old, Nikki. I'm not sure how old you are. I know it's not 35. But my oldest is 35 of 4. My youngest is 19. And I breastfed all of my children.
Okay.
And let me tell you, 35 years ago, it was plastic bags.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
this problem has been around forever.
Well, and in the, I would say like recent, maybe like 20 or so years ago, 20 or so years, most recently 20 or so years, the consumption for plastic has like consumed us on a level that at the rate that we're going with using all these single-use items, you know, this future generation, they're going to be, you know, swimming in plastic, literally. Don't stop and change something about the single-use waste, whether it's plastic and, you know, how we consume things.
So really, your business and your business model is not just based on the need and a better way to store breast milk for a long-term storage, but also socially conscious, environmentally conscious.
Yes.
And how do you use, because that's part of your why, I think. So how do you fit all that in with your marketing, your branding?
You have to be careful. So you have to be really careful, especially in the mommy space, you know, like you have these new mommies, and they, you know, they have these new babies, and the hormones are like, you know, trying to kind of like regulate and everything. So you kind of have to be really careful with not making them feel like they're not doing a good job. You have to be careful with making them feel like they're doing like something wrong, right? Because they're not, I try and like let them know, okay, breastfeeding and storing breast milk in, say for example, silicone bags, it's not all or nothing. It takes sometimes building up. Whenever I was trying to eliminate plastic out of my household, my daughter was on the ketogenic diet, and because we didn't want to heat her food up in plastic, we got like glass containers, right? So that took a process, like months to like try and eliminate all the plastic, like, you know, storage things. So that kind of you know, is something that we tell moms, you have to phase out plastic, you know, slowly. But at the same time, we let moms know that if you want to store breast milk and you want to use it in silicone, say for example, and not use plastic at all, there's a way that you can still achieve your breastfeeding breast milk storage goals without spending thousands of dollars on like reusable milk bags. We've made it to where the bags are designed to literally take the milk, freeze it, and then pop the milk bar out of the bag to help you eliminate, thousands of bags in the environment. You can do this with 8 bags. You can, for breastfeeding women. I don't know if you froze breast milk or not, if you did that.
I did.
Do you know how you can freeze the breast milk, and sometimes like you can freeze it and then they call the breast milk when you freeze it, it's called the brick method. So you take breast milk, say 8 bags, and then you put them all in like a bigger gallon Ziploc bag. But what we've done is we've enabled moms that want to build a freezer stash to take the breast milk, freeze it, and then pop the breast milk bar out of the bag.
Wow.
Eliminate all those, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. It's just a blister.
No, it's go hot.
Sorry.
Oh, let's say hi.
Here, do you want to say hi, Noble? Here, come say hi. You want to say hi?
Maybe not. Hi.
Say hello. Say hi. Yeah, he's been doing the monkey bars, so yeah, he is a little but yes, so being able to kind of like market it like that, of course, and just letting moms know that it takes sometimes months to do this. Like, we don't expect for you to, on your JUNOBIE journey, just automatically switch to, like reusable milk bags. And you don't, and some people think that you need like 500 milk bags to do this. You don't need 500. You only need 8. That's it. Oh, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, it's okay. Okay, but yeah, so yes, that's how we do that.
So you did end up on Shark Tank.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that journey.
Oh my goodness. So funny. So we applied to Shark Tank twice, actually. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but we applied to Shark Tank twice. And the first time we made it to round 2. And of course I was like, okay, maybe it's just not in God's will for us to, like make it through Shark Tank. And then the second time we made it all the way through Shark Tank. And it was a crazy roller coaster of a ride, because on Shark Tank, you have to have all of your financials A1, right? Like, they want everything together and they want it when they want it. Even the application, application process, like, I think it was like 30 or 40 pages. It was so long. It was such a long process. But Shark Tank was really an amazing experience for us, because number one, it gave us amazing brand awareness. When we went on Shark, whenever we aired on Shark Tank, it took us from not really having that brand awareness with parents around the world to being international. Okay. To being international and people like knowing who we were then,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was like an amazing thing for us. Of course, like whenever we initially went on the show, we wanted to work with Robert Herkovich.
Yes.
Like Herkovich.
He's my
whatever.
fave.
Oh my goodness, isn't he awesome? Well,
Yes.
so this is one of the reasons why I wanted to work with Robert. I wanted to work with Robert because Robert had twins, and his twins were about the age that my little guy, like they were like kind of close in age. So he was most recently, like he had most recently had like been on that journey, on the breastfeeding journey. His wife was, at least, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, so we are hoping to like work with Robert and get him as a shark, and he wasn't on there. So I was like, oh no, he's on there. So that was like, yeah, so that was kind of like a little bit of a bummer, but that's okay though. Okay, so that was like a little bit of a bummer, that like he was not like on there, but we ended up getting an investment offer from Emma Greed, and she is amazing because she works with Kim Kardashian, of course, and like Kris Jenner, and just like working with all of the Kardashians. They're oh my goodness, sorry.
That's okay. You're back.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so yeah, so working with like all of the Kardashians was like an amazing thing, and I knew that she was gonna be able to help provide us with the I knew she was gonna be able to help provide us with the like level of hello.
Yes.
Okay. To provide us with like the level of like strategy that we needed, right? But
Well,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, love them or hate them, the Kardashians are masters at social media marketing.
yes, they are. Like it's amazing. Yes. So we were very, very thankful. And of course, Emma was a breastfeeding mom as well. So
Yay, yes.
she related. It was really important for us that whichever shark we chose to like work with, that they understood the journey, right? You know, and they had a passion for it, because you really have to kind of have like a passion for you know, like, don't you think, breastfeeding?
Oh,
And
yeah.
wanting to help
Yeah.
parents in that way.
And I want to tell you, I appreciate that you take into consideration how moms can, unintentionally, your marketing message feel shame,
Right.
and that you're very conscious of that. And I think
Yeah.
that's I just appreciate that, respect that, and
Thank
thank you
you.
for thinking about that. And that's
Yes,
some
thank
some
you.
next level entrepreneurial thinking.
Yes, yes, thank you. I
Who
always
coached you through that, Nikki? Who coached you? Who did you surround yourself with to say, yes, I have this big idea? And even
Oh
though
my
you got a shark, you know, you've got to have the idea of the people. Like, it's a lot of leadership skills
well,
that
let me
you
tell you this.
have to. How did you develop that?
Okay. So okay, so I initially, when I had the idea, I knew that because I didn't have any business background, right? I don't have any business background, and I wanted to reach out to my Purdue ecosystem, because I heard that Purdue had this program called the Foundry. And
Yeah.
I was working with Matchbox co-working studio. It's so funny because they had this venture development cohort, and this venture development cohort was going to help with all this, right? Like finding out who your customer is and all these things, right? And it was a combination of working with Purdue Foundry and also working with Matchbox co-working studio that kind of helped us to understand how to market it, who our customers were, the age of our customers even. It was a combination of both of those that helped us.
What do you do for personal and professional development, personal growth?
So we do, so like right now we have this course with Greta Van Riel, and she helps you with like, so she helps you with like, sorry, she helps you with just more on the marketing side of things for like the social media side of things. Damon John he was on Shark Tank before. He's a shark on Shark Tank. He has a lot of like courses that he does, but we typically do like anything that's gonna, like, we have this trip coming up in a few weeks to Las Vegas, and that's going to be like a networking trip, but we're also going to be talking about like growth and strategy, Amazon, and how we can grow and strategize on Amazon. It'll be like amongst other business owners, you know, in the space. So I don't know, like how we just like, it's like word of mouth through like private groups and stuff.
Okay, wonderful.
You know? Sometimes like Tory Burch, and then also you have Target, they have an accelerators program. So like finding out through word of mouth about like what other business owners are doing.
So have you become involved with the Amazon accelerator program for women of color in particular? Because I know they have
I
one.
didn't know that they had one actually.
Yes, they do.
Oh.
Amazon has an accelerator for women of color. So I'll we'll get you some information about that.
Oh yes, let's do that.
So how many years has JUNOBIE been JUNOBIE?
So we were founded in 2019 in November. We launched in 2019. we launched in 2019 in November, and
Hey, people, this is life. This is a working entrepreneurial mom doing it day in, day out. You do it with your kids. This is called work-life integration right here. She is an example of that.
Absolutely. Yes. We do our best to like make sure, that, there's time carved out for him, like with his childcare schedule. But today kind of was a little bit of a wonky day, but that's okay though, because we're making it work, right? This is
Yes,
real
we do.
normal.
Women do that well.
Oh, I know, right? Like completely do it so well. Okay, so you were asking me about oh my goodness.
You started in 2019.
Yes, we launched in 2019 on Black Friday. Met our sales goal in 3 days, 72 hours. We were funded. We had to, because we did like a pre-sale. We were so broke. We didn't have any money, right, to even start a business. It was so funny. Like we were like, how are we gonna start this business? And then we started researching about like models that people would use, and we came across this model of Kickstarter and Indiegogo. And I was like, okay, we're gonna do an Indiegogo Kickstarter campaign. And of course, I started researching these. Oh, is it out there? I started researching on it, and go find it. I started researching on it, and realized that when you okay, whenever you start launching on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, sometimes you have a really, really high likelihood, guys, of getting knocked off.
Ooh,
So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. So of course I was like, okay, not the best idea maybe to launch on those two things, because sure enough, 6 months after we launched the product in November, we were knocked off. And it's so funny because we were knocked off by a US company. Another woman.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of like awesome though, I guess, to know that like we were being knocked off, like someone was knocking us off and they're from the US. Like, but listen. So
Good attitude.
Yeah. Well, and the person that like knocked us off, when you did research on this person, you're like, whoa, she's behind some of the biggest brands in the US. She like, yeah, So I was like super excited about that.
It's like, why wasn't she on Shark Tank? Why wasn't she one of the sharks?
Yeah, I was
But
really
you know
excited.
what, Nikki, you have given us so many examples of every opportunity that you could have quit, that you could have given up, that you could have said, you know what, this is a sign, I shouldn't be doing this. This isn't the right time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough resources. Yet
Yeah.
what was in your soul just to think that this product actually matters? It's going to make a difference.
Well, I mean, I wanted moms to be able to have something that where they didn't have to worry about their baby, the health of their child, right? Like I don't want you to have to feel like you got to carry around glass mason jars that can break on you. And it was really the moms that really drove and made me pretty determined. I thought, if I have a need for this problem, then there's another mom out there. Even if it's 1 or 2 moms or 10 moms, like you don't need a lot, right? God will do the rest. If you don't, just having those moms, and if they have a need for just wanting to keep their babies healthy, because we're giving our most vulnerable people at the very, very start of life something that's not the best for them, right? Like they don't, like the world now tells even adults not to put our stuff in plastic. Like why are we giving them plastic bottles and things like that? But these are conversations, though, I will say, that really can't be talked about, though. You can't talk about those things.
Well, I think that's what we're trying to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to talk about those kinds of things.
That's my determination. Yes, I was determined because I wanted to help these parents. I wanted to help myself.
Well, you don't know what you don't know. And there's, as you so eloquently stated, moms already feel so much pressure when they're new moms to do it right. And
okay, we'll get you the lollipop, okay? We'll get the lollipop, okay? Sorry.
Okay, last thing, Nikki, and then we'll let you go.
Okay.
What would be your one piece of advice the biggest piece of advice that you would give other women who have a dream, who have an idea?
I would say, if you have an idea, go after that idea, because you never know, like, go after the idea and always believe in yourself, right? Because like we had people tell us that like pretty much like what we were doing like could not be done. I even had this woman that was I think she was like a chemical, she was a chemist. And she told me, she sent me an email. She was one of our early supporters. She sent me an email telling me that she had this idea years ago, but she went to a factory, and they told her that it couldn't be done, right? So if you have an idea, go forth and pursue that idea. And even if like no one believes in you and like believes in it, then you believe in yourself and believe in the change that you can make. Like like me inventing JUNOBIE has catapulted other companies, multi-million-dollar companies. We even had this plastic milk storage bag company wanting to work with us. Like
Oh, wow.
35 years. One of the biggest plastic milk storage bag companies in the world came to us. They wanted to work with us, but the partnership didn't work out, for several reasons. But I just like want people to know that even if you have this idea, you think it's silly or stupid, it can help somebody. You never know that people. Oh, you found the lollipop! Awesome. It can help people, and just always remember your why. It's always important
Yes.
to remember your why. Just follow your dreams. Simply put, follow your dreams, and always, always, always trust in God. Trust in God, because
Excellent advice.
God will make sure that you. Okay, sweetie. Because God will make sure that you stay on the right path that you're supposed to be on throughout your entrepreneurial journey.
Awesome. Nikki, we appreciate you. We
Yes.
love you. We love your story.
Well,
We
thank
are
you so
cheering
much.
you on. We want to help you grow. And we thank you for being our inaugural guest
Oh,
on
well,
the
thank you
Scale
so
for
much.
Women show.
The
And we
launch.
love your little boy.
Like, Noble, they love you. Look, she said they love you. You want to say hi to
Hi. Oh
him?
my goodness. Handsome little guy.
Thank you so much. He's so
He's
sweet.
so sweet. Nikki, we
Oh.
have put the link underneath of this show that's in our group, Scale for Women. We would love to have you as an honorary member of Scale for Women and to come back anytime and add value. Let us know how your business is going, because we have lots of moms, we have lots of nieces and sisters and aunts and babysitters and all kinds of things in this group. So anything that you can do, we want to connect them to you, and we just so appreciate you. And I apologize for my internet, but we got through it.
Well, I apologize for, my 3
No
foot.
apology needed. Don't even go there.
We're so excited to celebrate you.
And
well,
yes, and come in and join the group, because there are over 150 amazing women already in our community that's just a month old. Yes. And women from all kinds of backgrounds, levels of entrepreneurial experience, corporate America. I mean, the connections and the network are where it's at. So join us in Scale for Women. And thank you again for sharing your time, your story. And what's your son's name?
Noble.
Noble.
Yes. JUNOBIE.
Oh.
Yes.
And thank you, Noble, for the entertainment.
Yes.
Oh, so funny.
And there's a legacy. There's a legacy now. So amazing.
Yes.
Nikki,
Thank you guys so much.
thank you so much. Have a great day. And we're going to play our promo now for our new Scale for Women show. Here we go. So kicking it off, first show launch. Here we go. Thank you guys for all joining us. Thank you, Nikki, for being such a great guest. We appreciate
Thank you for having
you.
us. Thank you for having us. It truly was an honor.
Awesome. Have a great day. Shelley?
Yes, you have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. See you ladies very soon.
So
Remember,
next week, our guest is Gigi, right?
Gigi
so-
Sabat.
Yes.
Yes.
So
From
don't miss
Gigi's
that.
Cupcakes?
No, not from Gigi's Cupcakes.
Oh,
This Gigi
I
is
was
from
gonna-
Florida, I believe.
Really?
right?
Cool.
So yeah, and she's a coach and speaker as well, and
Awesome.
founded a nonprofit. So she has an amazing survival story of
yeah.
domestic abuse and how she's built a business out of her passion for helping other women.
I can't wait to
are-
come in to listen.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Every
Yes.
Thursday at noon.
Okay,
then-
fun.
Go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, I'll
So
do
you'll
that.
get alerts. Hit the little button so you'll get alerts and know when we are putting new episodes up.
Yes,
Wonderful.
and
Thank you guys so much.
And Instagram, all of you that are in our group, if you have not gone to our Instagram page yet, Scale for Women, go there because we are connected to Nikki and her company. And so you can follow and watch everything that she's doing and you can start to learn. If you're trying to scale your business on Instagram, watch one of the masters because she's done it and she is doing it successfully. So you have got a resource here and we just want to help each other network. So congratulations.
Yes, thank you guys. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.